We have here the President of Malawi, here the President of Swaziland or eSwatini, eSwatini, here the President of Zambia, and here the President of Botswana. Then we have Vice President Bennett Bailey and Vice President Linda Zwane, and then we have the CEO of SAFA, Lydia Manyapao. I will ask them to introduce, just give a big background and introduce themselves and tell you who they are. And we can start with Botswana, brand new president. How long are you now?
Started on, I think I have, what's the date today? What's the date today? I think 14 September until today, 1 month plus.
Oh.
So my name is Oabile Tariq Babitseng, President of the Botswana Football Association. Okay.
I just want to. Oh, can you move that one? Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Andrew Kamanga. I'm from Zambia. I'm the President for Football Association of Zambia. Thank you.
My name is Peter Simelane. I'm from eSwatini Football Association.
I am Fleetwood Haiya. I'm the President, Football Association of Malawi.
Thank you very much. We are here because it's election season. And in this period, we start with the elections of CAF and FIFA, which is next year, March. We'll have first the CAF elections, the FIFA elections. Then later in 2025, we have SAFA's regional elections. 52 regions have elections. And then in 2026, we have SAFA national elections. But the energy of the people here, they take the one that's 2 years away and bring it as if it's now, before the CAF elections. But we must just say to them, you must calm down. We are first going to elect the CAF president. And I've spoken to all of the presidents in the region. Some of them cannot be here, but they did send messages of support. And we want to explain why we are supporting the name of Dr. Patrice Motsepe. We did so the first time. He served a term, and now is going for the second term. And I think that from our perspective, and they will all give their own perspective, there's been significant improvement in CAF. Not just from a financial point of view, because very often we only look at the financial aspect, but also from a football point of view. We have now in CAF a CAF schools competition, which starts in COSAFA. Of course, SAFA is the champion for both schools, girls and boys. Then there is the under-20 championships. My good friend here next to me, the two of us were in the final of the under-20. I don't know who won, but I always meet him in the final.
Which year? 2017?
We're talking this year, 2024.
Like 16, 17, 21, 22.
I don't know why.
So if we allow you to win once, then...
Well, we'll alternate. Then COSAFA women is still playing. I don't know what is going to happen there.
Because I need to deal with.
Oh, you must first deal with Malawi.
Yeah, but you know who are the defending champions. Huh? They are now in the semi-finals as well.
So, three of us are in the semi-final of COSAFA women. And then COSAFA men. And that pattern is replicated throughout the continent. An explosion of football. And of course, when we see the CAF awards and the nominations, you'll see just what we are talking about. Football has really shown exponential growth under the leadership of Patrice Motsepe. From a CAF perspective, you know that CAF started off with a huge deficit. Andrew Kamanga, sitting here, is the vice chair of the CAF Finance Committee. In fact, he made the financial report to the CAF Congress in Addis recently, and he can give you detail on how that recovery happened. But simply to say that the most successful financially, AFCON was a recent one in Cote d'Ivoire, and it was a huge success. In terms of television viewership, in terms of revenue, ticket sales, global reach, all of it just phenomenal. And so, given the background and the achievement over the period, we thought it's best for us to endorse Patrice Motsepe again for a second term. And we hope that, and we believe, that this will even bring more success to African football. We will gather in Morocco, in Marrakesh, for the CAF Awards, and there you will see the various achievements on the continent. There is just an explosion of football, of training of coaches, of referees, of junior football, and also that FIFA has decided there's an under-20 World Cup, under-17 World Cup, and unlike in the past, where the gap between the World Cups, this World Cup will be every year. There will be a World Cup, and that puts pressure on national association, so that we also have to produce national teams and national winners through COSAFA every year to participate in the World Cup. So I want to thank you again, and I think I'll now hand over to my friend on the left and then my friend on the right. I start on the left because I'm left-handed, so I'm pandering to this side. So Andrew, welcome and thanks for coming.
Thank you very much. Dr. Jordaan has deliberately left out a very important detail. Whenever we are in CAF and FIFA meetings, I'm designated as his bodyguard. So. Thank you very much. As indicated, we are happy to be here. And the task at hand as members of COSAFA is very simple. We've been in CAF much, much longer. We had elections in 2017. We saw a new president coming. By 2021, we were again looking for a new president. So in 2025, we hope that we will go with President Motsepe, simply because he came in at a time when CAF had gone through a lot of challenges. And it wasn't easy to pick up from where it was to where we are today. Financially, we were quite weak. We had challenges with some marketing contracts, to a point where our deficits were sitting at around $45 million in 2021. And over the years, we've significantly reduced that to about 9 million in the last financial year. And then the budget, which was presented last week in Addis, is showing that we will have a positive balance of $11 million. Now, in between, a lot has gone into investing in football, particularly areas of match officiating. Referees have been taken care of. The number of coaching courses have increased. The subventions to the membership has increased from 200,000 in 2021 to now 400,000 this year. So you can see that everything is doubling, even though the bottom line is showing that we are still yet to come out of the negative. But what is comforting is that there's been a lot of money coming in to support the exponential growth of all the footballing activities. Tournaments have increased in all the zones. We are also looking at getting to a point where CAF has now introduced the same under-17 tournaments on a yearly basis to be able to capture as many players as we can. So the time that President Motsepe has been with CAF since 2021, the results are there to show. And for the sake of continuity and believing that we will even do much, much better, we think we need stability and continuation of leadership. So for that reason, we've resolved as members of COSAFA to support his candidature for the next election in March 2025. I thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Jordaan. I'm excited also from eSwatini to be here to endorse the re-election of Dr. Motsepe. And we have seen a lot of improvement and changes in ways things are done. As you know, that before him, there were a lot of challenges in terms of governance, etc. But with his leadership, we've seen a lot of improvement in terms of governance, and also we've seen that things are done in a transparent way. That's why we are behind him and support him. And then other things which he has done is we have seen fiscal improvement, which they have also mentioned that in all businesses across, there is a lot of improvement before now, and before he came, there were a lot of challenges in terms of monies, etc. And then also other things which we have seen is development in football. And during his tenure, we saw the introduction of the school football, which he supported and then introduced to develop football in Africa. And then also we've seen a lot of changes like the African Club League, which was introduced. So there are a lot of developments which Dr. Motsepe have done. Based on that, we've seen that he can take football of Africa to to the next level. As you can see that even in the World Cup, Africa now under his leadership, it's doing very well. I thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I think to just add from what my fellow president have said, I'm also very young. I think Jordaan forgot about that. I'm less than a year to this position. What I would want to add to what has already been said is also the recognition of the clubs. As you are aware, for our national teams to do well, the feeder source of our players that goes to the national team are the clubs. We have seen the introduction of a salvation that goes to the teams that participate in the Champions League. This was not there before, but we have seen it starting from last year, whereby the teams are getting $50,000. It may not be enough, but you need to understand, for countries like Malawi, to give $50,000 to a team, it cushions some of their challenges, especially when it comes to traveling cost. So it is something that we are saying it's a good initiative, and this is going to strengthen the clubs in Africa. And the fruits of a strong league in Africa, we believe that it can tend also to our national teams, to say our national teams can come strong. So for this reason, and adding to what my colleagues have already indicated, as Football Association of Malawi, we are also in support, and we endorse Dr. Motsepe as the president. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Though new, it was my first assembly in Addis, and I can attest to my fellow presidents here that the reports that I saw being presented, everything from the zonal meetings all the way to the General Assembly itself, I could not even think of anything else except to endorse President Motsepe for his second term, mostly because, as other presidents has already alluded, the fact of the matter is, I think the first term is where you try to navigate and put things properly. I think the real test is on the second term, and it should be consecutive. Hence why, as Botswana Football Association, we felt it was right to give Dr. Patrice Motsepe the second term, and I'm here to attest that my National Executive Committee has agreed to endorse Dr. Motsepe for the second term for the next year's elections. Thank you.